Okay, so this video is going to be about...
Drop it!
Drop... Well, I haven't done anything.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Hello YouTube, Roger Draco here. Haven't made a video for a while. Kind of reluctant making the videos since everything's going on. I just don't really have that energy and that boost to really do the videos anymore. But I'm definitely trying. I'm trying to do something different and new with my videos. Like, I'm not just trying to show DVDs and go, got this, got that. You know, that's it. I'm trying to do something different, trying to like add little things to the videos to make it just a fraction bit more exciting. Anyway, as you guessed by the beginning of this video, that I'm doing after this, is about the 1987 sci-fi action film that became a massive franchise that wasn't actually supposed to make it past its first original movie. It was just meant to be a cheap little sci-fi film, but it ended up becoming this big kind of inspirational kind of movie to the sci-fi genre, and that is, of course, Robocop. Now this is the trilogy. It's the 1987, the first one. I can't remember when the other two got released, but also 2 and 3's in here. The first one, it doesn't say it is, but apparently, yeah. Oh no, this one says it does. It's the other one that doesn't. But it says here it's a kind of faded sticker. It's quite old. It says the Ultimate Robocop Collection, 3 disc set, previously unseen special edition director's cut of Robocop, and plus much more. So yeah, it's a pretty cool set. It's a pretty cool DVD set. Special features wise, it's got option to watch director's cut or original theatrical version, new documentary Flesh and Steel, the making of Robocop, feature shooting Robocop, feature making Robocop, deleted scenes including director's cut footage with live stage direction, trailers, TV commercials, photo gallery, storyboard comparison with Phil Tippett commentary with director Paul Vernon or Veveron. The writing's in green and it's on like a blue background, and I'm kind of colorblind, so it's hard to. And there's the different like audio specials for the 3 films. But anyway, yeah. So this is a nice DVD. So you got a nice artwork of Robocop there. All these like, if we can get them in studio images of Robocop. So you got like and I think, is that Anne Lewis? Yeah, picture of Anne Lewis and Robo. There's Robo. All these different kind of images. Then you've got the back image, which is quite nice. Then you open this up. You quite clearly see you've got Robocop's head. You've got a nice little one of him in his chair that he rests in. Open that up and you've got Ed 209. And there's a very shocking image of Robocop with his limbs all missing. Open that up and this is the first disc, and you can see it's like a little nice little booklet, and it kind of makes this nice little design. But yes, that's the Robocop trilogy for DVD. Anyway, yeah, so it's a nice little set. Sorry about that, dropped the phone. But anywho, yes, that's the 3 disc director's cut special edition of the first 3 Robocop films. Then the next one's kind of weird. I don't really see many people have these, and you know, I'm quite a big fan of them. It's the Robocop 4-pack separate movie. The movies after the trilogy. So you've got Dark Justice, Meltdown, Resurrection, and Crash and Burn. It's not the same guy who plays in these ones, obviously. It's not Peter Weller, and it's not. I always forget that other guy's name. Even though number 3 is my favourite Robocop film, but I still refer to him as Murphy, to be honest. But anyways, different guy. Doesn't really feel like Robocop. You know, the outfit's a bit more gritty. It's a bit more dirty, so it's a bit more realistic. It's not going to stay shiny forever. The good thing about this, if anyone hasn't seen these, I suggest you skip the video from this bit. But in this, if you've seen it, you know what happens in these, and there's this really cool addition to the Robocop franchise, which is known as Cable. which is a shiny, badass version of Robocop with 2 guns instead of 1. And it's really cool. There's some good scenes in the films, and I'm quite a big fan of this. I thought these were really good films. They could have gone a lot worse with the franchise. They could have gone like completely downhill, but these are pretty reasonable. I mean, they were watchable. I mean, to be honest, like when these first came out on TV, these were a series. These were like a 4-parted series, and everyone was saying, oh, like even the adverts saying, oh, feature-length episodes of Robocop the TV series, and it was like Prime Directives was the series. And these were like 4-episode series, but then it said, oh no, actually they're now films because it wasn't redeemable enough to be a series. But they're good nonetheless. If you haven't seen them, I suggest you do watch them. Discs are pretty basic. It's just that you switch them over and it's got. But they're really good. If I was you, I would give them a watch. They are okay. Now, had this discussion on my, or not on my Facebook, but on this page that I'm linked to, where you know, you talk about your movie likes and you share photos and collection pictures and stuff like that. And had this discussion about how, you know, I like Robocop and how I got the trilogy that I'll show you soon. And was having discussions, and I said that I like the Robocop remake, not better than the originals. It's nowhere near as good as the originals. But it's a better remake than most remakes have been recently. Total Recall was a huge flop. They're remaking Poltergeist. That's not gonna be good. They've remade quite a lot of films that just haven't gone the way they should have. But as a remake, I do like this film. Yeah, it's not as like gruesome. It's not as exciting and awesome and heart pumping as the original, but it's still a good movie. The only thing I don't really agree with, Z209 looks so horrible in this one. He looks like something from Metal Gear Solid. But I quite enjoyed the movie. I didn't like the way they changed Lewis, and I didn't like the way they changed how he died. There's the nice disc. I like the disc art. I don't agree with the black suit. I so much preferred it when he was in the silver suit. I did not agree with the black suit at all. I like the bike instead of the car. I don't like the fact that he's got one human hand, although that is a reference in the first film, if anyone remembers the first film that well, where when they're making Robocop and that the scientist says that she kept his arm's still there, and he says, oh, he'll look much better if you lose the arm. But in this one they actually stuck with that scene, like, and kept his hand, which was, to me, that was a kind of unique twist to it. I didn't particularly like it, but it was a unique twist to it. And for people who say this film isn't actually that gruesome, it's not like horribly gruesome like the first one, you know, getting his shoulder and arm blown off, his hand blown off, and then shot repeatedly and all that. It's not as gruesome as that. But when you see the bastard there, and they open the chest and you see all the... That's, to me, that's still pretty kind of fucked up. But it's a great movie. I did enjoy it compared to remakes. Now, if you're a 90s child, and you kind of grew up with and you're British for a start, and you kind of grew up with the channels like Fox Kids, Jetix, which practically is Fox Kids. Is Fox Kids' like remake name was Jetix, but like Europe Fox Kids, Nickelodeon, all that stuff. There was a series on Fox Kids. It's nowhere near as good as what it should have been, but here it is. It's Robocop, the children's series. It's only the first like 5 episodes, and it's not good at all. It's cheesy voiceover acting, and it's horrible kind of animation. Like that there is how Robo looks in the animated. Yeah, it's very basic, but it's I quite like it because I remember watching it as a kid, and I recently got it for like a 5p from somewhere, and they didn't know why it existed, and I said neither do I, but it was worth the buy. I do love it. It's cheesy, but it's funny. If you find that anywhere, buy it, and you will laugh at how bad it is. But anywho, people have been going on at me recently saying, oh, you should be collecting Blu-rays. Blu-rays are more important than DVDs. Go and fuck yourself. I'm a DVD collector. I have Blu-rays. I have been collecting Blu-rays. It's just DVDs I've been collecting for longer. Therefore, to me, are more important. I have my reasons for liking DVDs more. Not just because they're cheaper. It's purely for I have a sentimental reason as to why I collect DVDs. And to be honest, that's no one else's business. That's my business, what that sentimental reason is. But it's there. DVDs will always be, to me, more important than Blu-rays. That's the way it works. But I do collect them. And I am starting to. I've especially ordered one today that is also another thing from my childhood, which I'm doing a video about on Friday. But anyway, this obviously I showed you this earlier. This is the trilogy thing. Now this is what I bought the other day. Me and my fiance was out at Asda's, and we was looking around, and I was looking for a cheap 3D film to buy because I'm trying to get into the 3D. I had a kind of like a breakdown thing last week, and I ended up saying like 50 3D films that I owned. Not because I didn't want them anymore, but because they were just, the 3D was terrible, and there's no point in me having all these films that have horrible 3D if I can't watch them on that platform. That's why I've bought them. I know they had the Blu-ray with them. I could have easily watched the Blu-ray, but I didn't want to. I wanted to watch the 3D. Without the 3D working, then there is no point in me having those. But we did end up picking up this. This is what caused the argument between me and someone on that page, because they thought I was saying that the Robocop remake was better than Total Recall, the original, and they got it all confused. But no, but anyway, this is the trilogy, the first 3 films on Blu-ray. It doesn't say director's cut on the actual Blu-ray or on the features, but yet when you put it in, it is the director's cut of the film. So I'm pretty sure it is the director's cut version. It just doesn't say that. I reckon that's what they're keeping as the kind of thing for this set. But it's got nice artwork on. On the inside, not so much, but the front's nice. The spine is absolutely beautiful. The back's all lovely with the different images for the 3 films. All the special features there. Ed 209 half blown up. The first disc isn't actually that great. It's pretty much the same as the remake disc, but with greyer artwork. But I like the second 2 discs. Robocop 2, Who's Shooting's Gone, and Robocop 3. And I do like this set. We got it quite cheap. Things like £10, brand new. And it looks really good on Blu-ray. It does look better than the DVDs. Not saying it doesn't, but it's a really cool set. And the films, watching them after so long, so I've not seen Robocop for years, but watching them again on Blu-ray was a fantastic experience. The picture quality was better. The sound's much louder. It's still got that grittiness which I like to it. The whole style moving is like still kind of got that feel to it, but you know it's just got something extra to it. Now this is where the twist gets interesting for this, because recently I purchased something from Forbidden Planet. Now for people who've seen many reviews on this thing is awesome to have. Now I'm going to tell a little story about when I was younger. Now when I was younger, we had this local kind of flea marketplace, and me and my father, when we were quite young, we went to this flea marketplace, and this guy was selling this big bag of like action figures for £1, and like, because no one was buying them. And I was one of those kind of collectors as a kid. I grew up collecting anything from cereal box toys to, you know, cracker toys to any kind of things. You know, I had like Pogs, marbles, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I even collected tea coasters. I don't know where the hell that came from, but anyway, that was me as a kid. And I said, oh, I really want to get this big bag of figures. There's like 120 figures in there for like £1. I want to get them all. So the guy lifted the bag, put the bag in like this little trolley thing, and said, here you go, for £1 you can have the thing. When he lifted the bag up, there was a huge, bulky Robocop action figure underneath the bag. Like dark blue metallic, really plasticky. He had a speaker in his stomach and a little button in his chest. You press it in his head, like it's being lights up. And he's like phrases like, dead or alive, you're coming with me, and stop, or there will be trouble, kind of thing. And I liked it and I wanted it. So we bought it, and then for some reason, many years later, something happened to him that I don't remember what. But that was it. He was gone from my house, he was gone from my life, and that was very, very disappointing. So recently I walked into Forbidden Planet, and I saw something in there that was usually about £30 to £40, but it had gone down to £19.99. I said to myself, oh, come on. I had the money, I had the time, I didn't really want to get anything else. So I got Robocop. There's so many cool things about this figure that I'm about to get really detailed into right now. But you've probably seen him at the beginning of the video. I'm going to use him for the beginning of the video anyway. But this is me actually viewing him now as the actual thing. So anyway, but this is Robo. He's got nice head articulation. A nice shiny helmet. The one thing I don't know if you can pick up in this camera, it's got like a two-tone colour. It's like shiny blue with a hint of silver, but it's also like a purple kind of finish around him, which makes him look awesome. There's his trigger hand, and there's that kind of hand that he always seems to have open. But there's nice articulation in the arms. The elbows can bend. The hand comes off. It's meant to come off on the other hand, for some reason this one does. It's got nice leg articulation. Only in this leg much. Nice feet pivot. Got this nice little kind of tubing pivot there, which helps his ankle move a bit. Only this leg seems to move, his other one doesn't, and that's, I think, for a reason. I might be wrong, it might move, but... Ready to see something amazing? Look at that. His leg opens. I know there's like a silver original figure that does this. It's just... This is kind of my my favourite bit. He kind of dropped his gun on the floor, which is upsetting. Give me a second. Okay. I received a gun. It's quite nice design. It's quite thin. Kind of has to be to fit into the hip belt thing, the holster. But you know, there you go. I still think that's awesome. I just like the way this opens up like that, and then you kind of clip it back, and it's really cool. Yeah. So I got my Robocop figure back. Well, it's not my one, but it's still a pretty damn nice, cool figure. But this isn't even the best bit of it yet. So I'll plonk him there to stand next to him and protect the phone from all evil criminals. Now, I was watching a review about this figure, and this guy kept getting it wrong. He kept saying that this next weapon was from Robocop 2. It was not in Robocop 2. It's from Robocop 1. And if I've said that, you probably know which weapon it is. The Cobra Assault Rifle. It's got these nice little kind of hinges that's like down here. And they kind of like, they come out so you can stand it up or you can tuck it into rifle. It's got this nice little kind of strap. It's a really big weapon, like size of my hand. It's like, it comes up to my little finger, like middle finger. My palm is right big. It's got nice detail on the screen. Like it's very nicely detailed. It's like if I can get it in grey paint, then it's like a green and red button. But it's just really well designed and it's really sturdy. The next thing, which is kind of cool, is from Robocop 3, which is arm cannon thing, which is awesome. It's like a flamethrower slash rocket launching slash machine gun. Yeah, so his left hand's supposed to come off, but unfortunately his right one does. This is where it gets tricky, because this is a very difficult gun to place on his arm. And it takes a lot of, like, pressure. I've tried heating it up and stuff, because I know it's a tricky method to do, to, like, heat it up to loosen it up, but it's like, but there you go. Really cool design. It's weird, because it's like black, in the film, but it's got this, like, metal finish to the clip, so it makes it kind of look like it's just like a rusted gun, which looks really cool. And now, for the bit that I wanted since I was a kid, when I had that figure from that flea market, I used to make blue tack on his back to make the jetpack from Robocop 3. And from now on, I don't fucking have to, because NECA decided to make this extremely beautiful piece of an accessory for Robocop. And it's just very well fucking detailed. Even under, look, they've even painted the shoulder bits underneath, and they've painted the wiring there. They didn't have to do all that because he's got it on his back, but they did it anyway when it's not on his back. Then there's nice like little warning tape design on the handles. There's nice like yellow lighting kind of, and the arms move very like posably, like supposed to be. Okay. don't know what I'm doing. I'm quite tired. I've literally just woke up from having a very long nap. But look at that. It fits perfectly onto his back. It does go on his hand. You need to kind of... It's kind of irritating because you need to really like wriggle him about to get it on properly. But there we go. And you can move his arm while it's on. You can make, like in Robocop 3 when he's flying at the end, and he's got that cannon on his arm, just flies to the office of OCP just to fight those ninja guys and ninja robots. But in the end, he's a great figure. I'm quite happy I did purchase him because I was in doubt. Walked in there and there was all these different faults. There was like 3 left. A guy held on to one for me, but the one that the guy had held on to me made me feel really angry because on this bit here it was like a giant big blob of just purple paint. So I said, mate, you said you was going to hold on to one for me. Why did you hold on to the one that's obviously got something wrong with it? And he was like, oh, I didn't look, I just picked up the first one I saw. I said, yeah, but clearly you would have noticed this giant purple blob of paint on his chest. He was like, no, I wasn't looking, sorry mate, go get another one. I said, well, how many of these you got left? Because you said there wasn't that many left. Oh, we've got 2 left at back. When I went to go pick up another one, the hip joint was all loose, his feet was kind of half falling off, and I was like, oh, come on. I picked up this one. I didn't mind picking up this one. Just in the packaging when I was moving it, this bit kept doing this. Like that. In the packaging. I got really angry. I was like, oh come on, did not one of them have a fault? And it turns out that the hip joint bit here, that's always going to move like that because it's on a little hinge, and I didn't mind that. But on the other one, like it was actually falling off, and his feet was like falling off, and this was the only decent one there. So I picked this one up. I did feel bad though, because this like 10-year-old came in after me and picked up the one with his feet falling off, and I was like, oh. I felt bad that I'd already paid for my one, and I'd already gone out the store. It's this kid walking around with the one with the foot falling off, and I was like, ah. I felt bad, obviously, but collector's got to do what the collector's got to do, and that's what happens. But yeah, that is my blast from the past kind of childhood. I know it was born. It was born. It was born. This movie was 6 years before I was born. I was a 1993 child. But I grew up with it. When I was 2 years old, Robocop 1 was the first thing I saw. That's the first thing I actually really watched with my dad, knowing what I was watching. When I was younger, I watched a lot of other movies, but I was like a baby at that time. I didn't realise. But this was the first thing I actually can remember since being quite young. Friday is another one of my favourite childhood movies that I'm going to be doing a review on. It's going to be kind of similar to this. Probably going to be my most favourite video. It probably will be my most favourite video. It's one of my favourite childhood kind of films. But anyway, so I've got now this on my shelf, about to shoot Gypsy Danger, and I've got Gypsy Danger with the giant sword on his arm. And I've got this. So when I move into my new place, which I should be doing very, very soon, I'm going to have it on the shelf like... kind of parading its movie, like holding that on the shelf. I probably won't do that. I'll probably forget about that by the time I've moved out. But hey, you know, what happens happens. But anyway, yeah. So please do enjoy this video. It's not exactly a great video. It's not very long. It might be. I don't know. But it's something. I'm trying to get more people to watch. I know my videos aren't exactly as bright and as colourful and all these like different things going on. I'm not exactly a good ranter. I don't really rant that much, and if I do, I apologise. I do talk a lot of shit sometimes. It just comes out. I'm British after all. That's what we do. But I'm going to start trying to do more exciting videos to do with more things. It's just finding the time to do it at the moment, because a lot of things, like I said, I'm rehousing soon, and I've got other things going on that's just all blowing my mind up. Tomorrow I am also going out somewhere. I'm going to be going to do places where there are 2 giant CAXs. So I'm going to end up having a really good day tomorrow. I've got some money, I've got some things I want to get. I am going to start buying a few more Blu-rays, but I'm still going to get more DVDs than natural. So yeah. But anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. And that's practically it really. Hope you enjoyed this video.
Thank you for your